Elisabeth said, I want to see those photos and reports, and I need to travel to both headquarters myself. It is well secured here. Connecting the forests and lakes of Washington and Hancock and building good communication routes between them, this was achieved at the suggestion of Helga and the help of the mayor. Oonam is somehow looking to remove and lighten this restriction without destroying its security and protective fences. These are not just any creatures. Becoming extinct or rare, and rare would bring great losses. Only legendary or mythical creatures that are half human and have the same intelligence and decision-making power. It was time for tea and coffee and pastries and cakes. Nova and Jill, along with Eric and Sawyer, were responsible for catering, especially for Elisabeth, Antonio, Spencer, and Hidalgo. Nova began to place drinks and cakes on their table. Alfred said, Thank you. I hope you are successful. It is a nice place. Nova, please, enjoy your drinks and cake. Then she left them to serve the others. Matilda had taken charge of the restaurant's first formal lunch. Alexander, Victoria, and Benjamin. Alekin and Matthew and Burfin followed her instructions and guidance. The restaurant was a combination of seafood and regular food, which made it difficult. Matilda said, You will have to hire more and more experienced staff, both humans and centaurs. The breadth and variety of your menu is a bit too much, and centaurs cannot prepare every human dish. They neither know how nor need to. Matthew said, We have a little problem with humans. Because of those girls and boys in the water. And because we wanted this to be more of a place for us and the Nagas and the Harpies to get together. But humans cannot be ignored either. The menu is not yet finalized, and we may add or remove more. Matilda looked at the mermaids and their shows and said, I don't have this problem with you, and my staff are both human and centaur. Isn't that why you closed that store? During the official lunch and dinner hours, human forces can work in the kitchen, cleaning and bringing food without any problems. If you want to limit it to just us, Nagas and Harpies, they won't be able to cover the expenses. Elisabeth expects high profits and a return on her money in this year. Alekin said, You're right, but these. They didn't wear those clothes and their tails are natural. Sudden and unwanted exposure will cause problems. Sawyer, Eric, Jill and Nova joined them. Jill said, We took orders according to this menu. Let's start, everyone. Matilda said, Yes, we are ready. Then, according to the order slip and table number, they placed the dishes, desserts and drinks on the trays. Jill, Sawyer, Nova, and Eric carefully and quickly delivered the orders and took them to their respective tables. As lunch began and was served, the mermaids also finished their show and came out of the water and, returning to their human form, came downstairs and to the main hall and sat around the tables near the kitchen. The first day and their show had gone well. Eliza said, Wait for the sea, we're here. Madison said, Yes, it's missing a lot without us. But the show was so lively. I love the environment and decor. Kristen said, I liked it too. Especially since the water is from the sea and the ocean itself. At this time, several girls and boys came towards them. One of them said, Hello mermaids. Can you give us your autographs? They looked at the white papers and pens that were pointed at them, smiled, and they all signed on those papers. The children happily returned to their tables and parents.